Hey, how
Hey
are you?
there. I'm
Hey,
wonderful.
hey, hey. So sorry to move the time around all over the place, but
Uh, no
I had some.
worries.
Yeah. It was just like right in the middle of something I wanted to catch, which was only like 10 minutes
Right.
time. But if it happens like right in the middle of something, it can mess everything. It could just
It
mess
can.
everything up. It really can. Well, damn. So, playtest. Let me. You know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we're going to do it this time. I've done this one before. I've watched this episode
Yes,
several
you did.
times. Okay. And I've done this one before and it was interesting to say the least. And I imagine with you it's going to be just as interesting cuz I remember playing with you in chat last time.
Yeah, you
But
did.
I will brace you all because this one, if any Brooker episode has not messed with your head yet, this one, if this one don't get you, I can't help you. Like Brooker, he got in there.
I'm
He
telling you,
got in there.
Claire. Oh, he effed with my brain big time on this one. There was
I
like,
actually, I liked it. I liked how he messed with my brain. I'm a
I
little
do
weird.
too. I,
Well,
I do like it. But last night we were watching it and I actually put his smartwatch on
oh
because
no.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I've got any changes.
Uh huh.
And throughout certain points of the episode, I would have these like spikes in my heart rate.
Mm-hmm. I would
My heart
imagine. You
rate
know what?
basically through the whole thing got
When
up
that
over
spider was running
20%
around.
of an increase.
Yeah. When was it the most?
Oh,
When that
no.
spider was
Oh,
running
you
around with the
just made me
bully?
jump.
No. No, no, like no. Just say the
Oh,
word spider. That's going to be how today is. Okay, sorry. Oh no. All right. I don't mean to make you jump, but actually, when it comes to thinking of bullies from the past, like that spider, that was pretty good. I mean, the way our brain works, the way he just went in there about how our brains work. But anyway, I
right.
guess, you know what? I didn't even pull anything up, but I guess we should tell them for
Well, I
those who.
have
No.
Wikipedia on my phone if you need me to.
Oh no, no, I could just.
You
Actually,
got it?
the my potato Chromebook is working today.
Yay. Let's not curse it by talking about it, though.
Or calling
Good
it a
Chromebook.
potato. Yeah,
Good
sorry,
Chromebook.
sorry, Chromebook, you're the best, baby. You're the best. Yeah. But
Nice
anyway,
Chromebook.
yeah, like don't fail me now, baby. Yeah.
Right?
But anyway, you just have to hang in there a little while longer. But anyway, playtest. Let me just run this through, and then I'm gonna let you go all in, Kim. I'll let you go all in. I have a feeling you're not gonna get past some of the juicy spots if I don't just tell them what this is
Yeah,
about.
I
Okay.
there's been a few episodes where you're like, Kim, you're going to have to kind of lead on this one. Claire, you may have to kind of lead on this one.
I'm telling you, I'm going to. I am going to. Okay, so playtest, for those of you that like to know the details, it's the second episode in the third series of the British science fiction anthology, Black Mirror. Okay, we know that it's been written by creator and showrunner Charlie Brooker, and this one was directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Okay,
Love him.
it played on Netflix back in 2015, 16. Okay, it came this actually this was from the third season was in 2016 October. Okay. um
Yes.
it follows the main character is named Cooper. He's played by Wyatt Russell, and Cooper is an American who is playtesting an upcoming reality game in London while traveling. Okay. It's a horror game which assesses his brain and targets his fears. Hannah John-Kamen, who co-stars as the video game journalist Cooper meets, and also as like a love interest. Okay, it's kind of funny their interaction. I mean,
It
it's an episode
is.
inspired by an idea that Brooker had for an augmented reality game called Whac-A-Mole, and it does play up in there. He kind of uses that
It
inference in
does.
there, but basically, it's a psychological horror. It features numerous video game references. Like I've got like Easter eggs for video game
Oh
references, like
my
I don't know what.
gosh. So
So for
many.
video game fans, because remember, Brooker was a video game journalist and reviewer,
Yes.
before, so it's kind of a passion of his. It received mixed critical reception, okay, but it was nominated for a British Academy Television Craft Award and
Yes.
a Visual Effects Society Award in Britain. But anyway,
Yes.
after his father dies, okay, from Alzheimer's, Cooper travels the world, ignoring phone calls from his mother. And in London, he spends the night with the technology journalist Sonia, and he is forced to stay with her after his bank account is drained when he becomes the victim of identity theft. But he finds a paid offer to play test a game for Satu Gemu, the game company. Okay. At the company's building, he is met by Katie, played by Wanmi Mosaku, in an experiment room, and she played that part well. She was very
Oh,
stoic.
she did.
Yeah. She though she turns his phone off, he turns it back on to surreptitiously take pictures of the test kit for Sonia. Katie implants a small device called a mushroom in the back of his neck, and he tests an augmented reality version of a game, Whac-A-Mole. Cooper is impressed and agrees to a further test. He meets with Shu, who is the owner of Satu Gemu, Shu Satu, played by Ken Yamamura, the company's owner, and it's told that he will experience a horror game where an artificial neural network personalizes the experience to his own fears. This is where it gets crazy. Okay, at
Yeah.
Harlick House, the mansion he recognizes from the Satu Gemu game, Cooper has an earpiece piece installed to communicate with Katie. There are also cameras throughout. After a while, he sees a spider and then a figure appearing in a painting. He hears footsteps and sees the simulation of Josh Peters, his childhood bully. In the kitchen, an enormous spider with Peter's face appears. Cooper's earpiece then ceases to work, and this is where it gets crazy. Sonia arrives and urges Cooper to leave, but Cooper finds inconsistencies in her story, and she stabs him as they fight. Their face inverts into a big red skull, and Cooper impales her on the knife lodged through his shoulder, and she and the knife suddenly disappear. As earpiece communication resumes, Katie leads Cooper to an upstairs room to terminate the test. Katie begins interrogating Cooper as he forgets details about his mother and then himself. After attempting to remove the mushroom with a shard of glass, Katie and Shu burst in and restrain him, saying that the technology has advanced too far to be removed. Cooper awakens in Shu's office, the experiment having lasted only a single second and nothing subsequent having been real. Cooper then returns home to find his mother, who does not recognize him, dialing his number repeatedly. Back in the first experiment room, Cooper yells for his mother as the mushroom kills him. Cooper was in fact killed within 0.04 seconds by a phone call from his mother, causing signal interference with the device. The subsequent experiences existed only in his head and lasted that short a time. That
400th
was
of a second.
mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Freaking
400th
mind-blowing.
of a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mind. The mind is
Oh,
a many splendid and terrorizing play.
yes.
Terrible. Yeah.
And,
Terrorizing.
you
Jeez.
know, I've heard from my work in the medical field and everything that doctors, especially doctors that do sleep studies and things like that,
Uh-huh.
that when they're doing the sleep studies, they can actually recognize when someone's in a dream state. And they
Mm-hmm.
said there are times that your dreams may last anywhere from like just a few seconds to just a few minutes. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
we feel when we wake up and can remember a dream or even portions of it, it seems like it was so much longer. So
Mm.
it's actually very fast.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? And it's just the mind, and all of the tricks. But this actually, after laying out that plot, like I'm sure, like it doesn't sound anywhere near what it felt like to watch it. Let me tell you, because
Right?
yeah, because like that ending and all, like I'm just casually telling you about it, but to experience that twist at the end, my
Oh,
heart stopped. I was
mine
like,
too.
what? And I had to
I
go
know.
back and rewatch it and go back but um I have to say he did a really really good job of messing with me this time and making me like I'm not a big gamer,
Yes,
okay? And I think
I'm
Brooker
not
has
either.
established it in me that I shall never be like a big gamer. Although
Me
I want
either.
to be a
No.
virtual reality gamer so bad. I do. And we all know that, but we're not gonna talk about that. Because there are other episodes that I could really get down with. Like Juniper, San Junipero and
Junipero,
Striking Vipers are like there are two of my favorite episodes just in
right?
actually opening up my mind to like the possibilities of future technology and how that might equate to a better life for me in general. or
Right.
or what it might look like, kind of fantasy wise, just to let your mind, go. But um
Exactly.
in this episode especially, Brooker shows his love of video gaming and his prior career to being a video game journalist and reviewer,
He really
and where
did.
he liked to put all of that passion into, because the references alone, right, Kim, like there are so many
Oh, so
video, like I
many.
couldn't even keep up. Like I have brother,
I
like I
know.
yeah, I can't do this episode the justice that a gamer actually
Yeah,
could.
I actually
But
had to go back this morning and rewatch it, and it was one of those play, stop, play, stop, play, stop,
yeah,
just to get
exactly.
everything because it is so loaded with video game references,
Mm-hmm.
um, foreshadowing of events to come, which
Mm-hmm.
also are almost like little Easter eggs, but not. They're,
Mm-hmm.
more of just the foreshadowing of things that will happen.
Yeah. Yeah, they were
And
just
it's
like
just full
playful.
of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put this one up because this was it for me in the brain. When talking about how the brain works and how our subconscious is and where we pull information for dreams and even daydreaming or reality or where our thoughts go,
Uh-huh.
it's always these little visual or thoughts or sounds or something like this. And Organic says, "Good point here." He says, "I think the amazing thing for this episode is everything he experienced in the simulation." Was something that was shown earlier in the episode, sometimes even for a
Exactly.
second as he walked by.
Yeah,
Exactly. Past experiences, and also just even walking through London when they saw the big mural of the Pac-Man, and stuff like that. All these
right.
video game references everywhere. Everything was somehow
Everything.
integrated in there. The girlfriend that he just, the girl who's a
Uh-huh.
friend who like he hooked up with, they had just met her, but she's like right there in the whole thing. Childhood bully, mom,
Right.
dad, like everything that's going on
Yeah.
with him in all little pieces, all twisted up to mean like all kinds of stuff. And like we could
Yeah.
probably sit here and analyze like every little piece over and over again, but we'll never really know because it's Cooper's brain, right? It's Cooper's brain that's
Right.
doing all of this.
Exactly.
And so quickly too. Like what seemed to take, well, obviously for us, right, just under an hour, this episode, just under an hour it took
Right.
for us
Just
to
under
go
an
through the
hour.
whole thing. And it took Cooper less than like a 300ths of a second, because I think it would have
Right.
took him the other second to pass, at least, whatever. Because all of this running around and everything that he did was all in 300ths of a second. If the
Right.
whole experiment after he got there was just oh my gosh, just unbelievable
I
how
know.
how fast it went. That's what the part that
Yeah.
freaked me out. It's like, how when you're dreaming and you think you've been at it a long time and you wake up and you find out you've only been sleeping 5 minutes.
I did that earlier this morning. I laid
Mm-hmm.
down after I got some things done around here. I was like, I really need a nap before Black Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I laid down on the sofa and I woke
Mm-hmm.
up and I felt like I'd been asleep for like a long time. And it was like
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes. I was like, oh, I hate
Mm-hmm.
that. Let me go
I
back to
know, and it
sleep.
feels like it feels like so much longer, and especially like if you're dreaming and you're going through all this elaborate stuff. I don't know about you, but some of my dreams are elaborate. I'm like going someplace, I'm doing something, I'm talking to somebody, I'm making arrangements. My brain works in like busy stuff like I do like normally, and so it feels like it's like all this stuff
Yeah,
happened and nothing happened. I mean, I've been on tours, picnics,
I know.
taking vacations in my dreams, and you wake up and it's only been a couple of minutes, and it's like that's impossible. Like that was very
Right.
impossible,
Yeah.
But
And
that
my
it's
dreams are very, very vivid.
hmm well, if we could get into time relativity and quantum theory, though, if we're going to talk about how time, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll geek
No.
that I am. Not going to do it. Not going to do it because I don't think Brooker would appreciate it. The last thing he wants me doing is talking about those things with his episode.
Right?
So I'll go be kind. I think he would rather us talk about how the technology itself is supposed to enhance enjoyment of a game, and actually putting too much of ourselves into a game might like be a really, really bad thing. Like
Right.
letting
Because
okay,
if you think
go.
about it, this was almost set up as like a virtual reality experience without the VR headset
Mm-hmm.
that had gone bad. But it basically was more about Cooper's brain that betrayed him.
Mm-hmm. This is exactly. And Bob, hello Bob the Botcha. And he's right. There is no time in dreams. It's like bonk, there you are. You know, that's it. It's like it the game itself was quite entertaining, but I'm just telling you, to give, if you have to sign anything like he did, to where that little device that they
Oh,
put
that
in
NDA?
would have that much power over your brain, like it completely took over his brain. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't just looking for information to enhance how the game was for him. It completely took over his brain. It
It
started
did.
feeding him its own kind of information. You know what I mean? I
Right.
mean, mm,
Yeah, it was
but
able to pull out everything he had ever feared
mm-hmm,
almost in his entire life
mm-hmm,
and presented it to him in such a way that it basically destroyed him.
mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Even though it was basically his own brain, not the device. I mean, Arcanix has a point there. Like the device can only do what his brain kind
It
of
was
allowed
his
it to
brain
do.
that
Like his brain
basically
kind of
destroyed
went
him.
there. Yeah, but because like let's talk about that. The why. Was he not already all right, here's the thing. It's almost like his subconscious had the opportunity to smack him in the head like it's been trying to do all along because he was running away from shit. I mean,
Right?
let's just face it. Cooper's personality, he was an okay guy. He was funny.
Yeah,
I'd have to admit, it was, at first I thought it was some of the worst acting I'd ever seen. But then I realized he had to play it that way because he's supposed to be like that kind of guy, like that age, that kind of like,
he was.
he's trying to, he was like, thought he was funny, but he wasn't. He was punny. Like, you
But
know what
they
I
had
mean?
to
It was
make
like,
him a little likable also so that you would
mm-hmm.
have that empathy with him later on.
Yeah, and yet I hardly liked him at all. I really did, because he reminded me too much of my, how guys that age are like quite annoying, like my brothers. They're fucking, love them to death, but they're annoying. They're annoying AF. I'm telling you,
Almost
and
like
this
frat
is why.
bros, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like
Yeah.
they're always making a joke. They can never take anything serious. They run away from everything. They never deal with anything.
Uh-huh.
Trying to have a serious conversation with them is like pulling teeth. And that's how Cooper was being played off. So I had a little bit of feeling about that, but then I can understand why, because to tell the story, that was the part of his subconscious that just reared its ugly head because he's running away
Oh,
from a
yeah.
situation. I mean, he's coming from a sad place. Father has passed on. There's something going on with his mother, and we don't exactly know what it is. We just know she's trying to reach him over and over again, and he refuses to take the call. He refuses to take the call. Even when he meets the girl and she's like, just call your mother, like, crikey, like, that's weird. You just won't pick up the
Right?
call. you know it's getting a little strange, right? And
Yeah.
so, but I'm telling you that I can understand him not wanting to deal with it when we find out like everything that's going on. But it was weird that he just wouldn't get on the phone. Like he
Yeah.
just wouldn't
It
deal
was
with it.
almost
And here,
like he and his mom had always had more of kind of a rockier, volatile relationship.
well, it had to be something bad with when he gets his identity stolen. He doesn't have his bank card, and the one person that he knows that could get him a plane ticket out of there and get him home where he belongs. Now, if he
Was his
called his
mom.
mother, he would have been home. Like, he would have had no trouble. She would
She
have
would have
wired him
been
the
right
mother,
there.
helped him out, like, did whatever, because that's how parents are, whatever. Or at least we are led to believe that. At least I would, based on my relationship with my mom and everything, and what I know about other people's moms and all. You would think he would pick up the phone and call, but nope, he didn't even call it in. He refused. He refused to deal with it, and so he
Yeah,
was running. He was running away. And here's the
he
thing:
was.
your brain don't let you run from nothing. Okay.
No,
It got multiple
it
layers. It
doesn't.
goes back there to the subconscious. He never dealt with he was afraid of that bully situation. He never dealt with that. He never dealt with a few things. And boy, oh boy, as soon as it had its chance, out it came, in the form of like
Yeah,
terror, horror, panic, like horrible things, um,
exactly.
just the fear that something's out there to get you, something out uncontrollable. That spider thing was, what? That spider thing was okay, but it wasn't. I don't know. When I first saw it, I thought the spider thing was worse than the bees. Well, now I could deal with the spider thing because, like, I'm feeling stronger about the spider with the face,
No,
no matter whose face
I
they put on it for me. But
I
those
I
bees,
still
mm-mm.
have an intense fear of spiders. I just have an
Hmm.
intense fear of them. So
Yeah,
that was
I
my weak point in this.
hmm yeah. I can understand that if you're afraid of spiders. Like, and you know what? I don't like creepy crawlies or bugs. Like, I'm not big on any of that. But I ain't running
I
screaming
don't
from no
either.
damn spider or a mouse or anything like that. Like, I don't care. I ain't gonna run
Oh,
screaming. I
uh,
don't. uh, But
okay, now I just had to pick my feet up because now Claire, stop.
yeah. What? Oh, because of the
I don't like
spider?
mice. I don't
Oh,
like
stop. Oh
I
gosh.
don't
Come on, girl.
like
We're on the internet. Like, there ain't nothing gonna come get you. Just because I said a word. Like, stop.
I
Just
don't like
stop. Like,
spiders. I don't like mice. I don't like rats,
you
echoes.
don't put it
They
out
freak
there. We
me
gotta
out.
cover. Don't put it out there. We have to cover your next part of the series that he's writing. Brooker's writing right now. He's
I know,
already
and
written episodes,
he's
and now
he's
you put it
watching
out
us.
there, and we're gonna
He's
have
gonna
like
have
a
some
we're gonna have an epic Wilbur episode just because you said that, and we're gonna have
he's
to
gonna have
cover it.
some big freaking gecko
Yeah,
in there
coming after
now.
us. That's what's gonna
Uh-huh.
happen. Listen,
Yeah.
Arcanix has a story. Like, if you go and they tell you don't, they tell you you're gonna be testing on this thing and it's new technology and everything like that, and they tell you to turn off your phone, turn off your damn phone. Like,
Right,
turn
and
off
don't
your
turn it
damn
back
phone
on,
and
and
don't
don't
turn it
turn it
back
back
on.
on. The
Yeah,
thing
because yeah.
is,
Hmm.
Katie did turn his phone off, and he
Yeah,
turned it back on to take a
uh-huh.
picture when she left the room.
And he forgot to turn it back off, and then mom tried to call and it killed him because he didn't
Yes.
deal with mom.
And
There you
did you
go.
notice, I'm sure you did because you're as observant as I am, when he was playing Whac-A-Mole, there was,
Mm-hmm.
like, a little closed caption camera that was
Mm-hmm.
showing him playing that with nothing
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that camera when he turned his phone on?
Oh,
That
I'm
camera
sure
wasn't
they,
there.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they weren't
That
paying
was Brooker
attention or
messing
what.
with our
But
heads.
I don't know, because you got to remember, maybe it was there and they didn't have time to do anything, because remember, it happened in 4/100ths of a second. Everything. Everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, so he's playing Whac-A-Mole. Oh, did you get the references? Like, he's playing. Did you hear him with the Hadouken? Did you hear all the
Yes.
references when they put in the
Uh-huh.
mushroom in his head and he's going, oh, yeah, kind of like Mario Brothers, eh? Just like, oh,
Right?
dude, you didn't. You didn't. That mushroom, like Mario Brothers? Okay. Like, everything out of this guy's mouth was like a game thing reference, back and forth. I was having fun because I could pick up on some of them, even though I don't play the
I
games and I
know.
can't give it justice. I did catch a lot of it. Like when the girl turned around and she said, to him, just like, haven't you ever been beat by a girl in Street Fighter before? Like, because she got the humor better than him. She was so snarky good. She would run in circles around him with English humor. It was
She was.
hysterical. Yeah, because he thought he was so funny, but she was pretty good. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it
that
is.
was really good.
Yeah, it was. But a lot of it, like a lot of the gaming stuff, is all about the Satu gamer. We see that repeatedly come up in
Yes.
multiple Black Mirror episodes. There's all these references to it. The white bear logo is also like part of the Satu gamer, like part of that whole thing.
Yes.
It's actually part of the logo.
It was
It's part of the
actually,
tattoo. Yeah.
yeah, and it was actually on
Mm-hmm.
the disc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And did you notice in the opening credits when they have the name of the episode Playtest, the
Mm-hmm.
Y looked like the upside down white bear logo.
It does. It does. Absolutely. And I
Uh-huh.
think they're doing it. They're doing it on purpose. It did. On the other thing that I wanted to tell you is like the
Yeah.
Sonia, the actress that plays Sonia. Have you seen her before? Did you recall? We just
She
saw her.
was in, yes, she was,
I wanted,
which
does
episode
anybody
was
in the
she in? I
chat
can't
that
even
watched
remember
this
now.
episode? We just saw her. We literally just saw her. If you watched our last episode, we just saw her because she was the number one contestant in Hot Shots. She was the first winner.
She was. That's right.
Yeah,
It was
she was.
Hot Shot. It was
Mm-hmm.
on Hot Shots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
in
In
15
15
million
million
merits.
merits.
She was the
Mm-hmm.
singer that made it big,
She
that
was.
everyone
She was
wanted
the
to be
star.
alike.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yep, she did. So Sonia, in the um also just on a gamer note for all of you gamers out there, and I didn't know this, but one of my brothers actually messaged me to tell me that the actress that plays Sonia, Hanya John-Kamen, has done character voices for Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2.
She did. I heard
Mm-hmm.
that.
She did. Yeah,
I
I didn't
think
know
I heard
this
that the last
because
time you did this
Mhm.
review.
Yeah, but I don't do I don't do a lot of the gaming. Like I don't play the virtual game. I should, like Aaron said, I much rather with this episode with this technology there would be better chance for me to live my VR life. Although it would be horrific, Aaron, and I don't really think I want to be part of the horror genre when I live my VR life. Not really something I'm looking forward to. Like I think I want to deal with
Right?
my fears all
I
just
want
by
it to be
watching
pleasant.
Black Mirror. I want to deal with my issues with technology, my fears of the world and society just by watching Black Mirror. I don't need to be I don't need to be an episode.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I don't have to take it that far
Yeah.
to be happy with it. No, at all. But oh man, there was so much on the walls in the game studio. Do you
Oh my
remember when he went by
gosh.
Sonia's apartment? Do you remember the video collection and everything she had? She had everything.
Yes.
Resident Evil,
Everything.
everything. Cold. Oh gosh, Cold Veronica, everything. She had
And
all
did
these
you
old
notice the
everything
movie
you could
she
think
had
of.
with those?
Mm-hmm. Go on.
You noticed you
Did
saw
you?
the movie? The movie was
Which
Face
one?
Off.
That one is the one that actually probably got him to the point with the knife and shit. Like if
With
you
the
think about
face
it.
coming off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 That's then with
Well,
the reds. Yeah.
and yeah, there was that poster as he was walking up the stairs with Katie that was Red Sonja.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. So, like, let's talk about Katie. let's talk about Katie's part in this. Like that, I'm still having trouble place. Like, who is Katie in his life? And she has this control. She's in his ear. She's getting him like she's talking.
I
She's very
know.
manipulative. She's getting him off the shit, and he's trusting
He
her.
is very
He don't know
manipulative.
her from he don't know her from
I'm
Adam. He's
wondering if that
trusting
was a
her.
mother figure.
I don't know because
Yeah, I'm
obviously he
wondering
doesn't trust his
if
mother.
that was a mother figure. But he may not trust her, but she may have been very controlling in his life.
Aaron, stop it. Like, that's not all I'm about. I might actually be having a conversation with them. I mean, it's a vampire, different lifestyle. I'm sure we would talk
Right?
first. Like, knock it off.
Yeah. We would have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. No, he said
I have no problem
this
with
Claire.
vampires.
I have no problem with them either. I love Anne Rice series and all that, but that's a whole nother thing.
I do
But
too.
oh my god, when they went through the all throughout this, the British magazine. Did anybody familiar? I know I could see a couple of Brits in the chat, so you might be familiar if you play video games with that magazine Edge. Like there were plenty of
Edge.
covers being thrown all through this
Yeah.
episode everywhere you went. They were all over
There
the place.
were.
I couldn't even keep up, and
I know.
I couldn't even name them all, but there were tons. There were tons, just like there were all these other video game references, like from Biodance. When you get to the top of the stairs, it's like, "Will you kindly open the door?" That's right from BioShock, right from. Will you
Uh-huh.
kindly? Will you kindly was a way like a mind kind of thing,
Yeah.
like a thing that she was using.
She
Oh
was
gosh.
always like, "Would you kindly?" And remember when she was going to put the mushroom in and
Mm-hmm.
he said, "Are you qualified to do this?" And she said,
Mm.
"I haven't killed anyone yet. May I?" Just the way she followed that up so quickly with "may I," it
You
just
think she
kind of
was
freaked me
asking
out.
for permission to kill him? Like, holy crap, Kim! Like, really? Oh, I didn't think that, but now that you said it, the way her voice was, oh wow, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
It kind of went a
Baba,
little evil there.
yeah. Mm. That's what I thought about the Bacha, again, gamer brothers and stuff and nephews and everything. That's who told me. Also, some of my English friends, they told me Edge is very popular over there. And I caught all these covers. But then also the cover that had the CEO, show, on there. So Shato was on that cover,
Right.
right? And actually on that cover in the
Right.
corner, did you catch in the corner the company that they put down there? They made a reference to Granular. You know where we know that from, right? No? Did I stump you? Oh, you know
No.
what a happy day it's going
You
to be if I
did.
stump him? No, you're kidding. Really? Oh, God. I'm just joking. I thought for sure I
Yeah.
couldn't. I thought,
I'm
no way.
I'm
No
stumped.
way. You that's the Killer Bee Company. That's the company that made them. They made
Oh
the
my
autonomous
gosh, the
Killer
Killer Bee
Bee
Company.
drones. Yes, they are from Hated in the Nation that made those assassin cyborg killers. Yes, those bees we love. I
Well,
don't.
and
That's a
the
joke.
cover of
Like I
that
don't.
one up at the top left,
Mm-hmm. What'd you catch?
because I
Where'd you
saw
go?
up on the top left, it had the TCKR. I'm
It
here.
did always the
Can you not
TCKR,
hear me?
and that is from. No, I can hear you. Striking Vipers, the box. Yeah, the same company that made that
Tucker a
technology too.
lot.
Okay, from a lot of
We
stuff,
saw
right?
we saw Tucker
Mm-hmm.
in oh, my mind is like a blank today. I swear it's a spider. It took over my brain.
Oh my God! How are you going to be if there's other little creatures in the next series? Like, what if he does like, oh my God, lizards and. All right, you get ready, girl. Because I assure you, it's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a ride. I've read some things. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be hard, but anyway, he was definitely messing
I'll be
with us with this one. But
fine.
yeah, okay, I hope so because
So
mhm. You have to watch
what
it with
I
the
kind of
pause
liked
button. I
though
agree.
was you do.
Go on.
What I kind of
Mm-hmm.
liked was that he also showed us that Cooper had an understanding of horror movies because
Mm-hmm.
when he was opening the cabinet for snacks and he found the ginger
Mm-hmm.
snaps. Before he closed the door,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, he's going to be standing right behind that, isn't he? Just,
Yeah,
it's like he knew
one of the one of the
the
best
the
sexy
villain's
werewolf
going to be
movies in
right
vampire. Yeah, that
there
things
when I
was
close this
lit. Ginger
door.
snaps. Yeah. Hmm. I get a lot of references to that movie, but for other reasons. But definitely, that was good. No, he did, and
Uh-huh.
he was at that age.
Yeah.
You know, what did they like? Gaming, horror movies. He's cool. You know, I probably dated quite a few Coopers when I was younger. You know, I'm sure. You know that genre. You know, that age, the snarkiness. He was smart. He was smart. You know, he was funny, but he wasn't very
Mhm.
respectful for mom. But I guess he was figuring it out. I can't really blame him too
No.
much, and I don't want to because if you've got something going on, don't forget his dad just died, and they had gone through Alzheimer's with him, so you know what that's like, right? And it's like,
Yeah,
whoa, and
I do.
now he's wondering, maybe he's afraid it'll happen to his mom. Maybe he saw signs. Maybe she's just not dealing with her
I
grief
think
very well. Maybe she did what some parents do and tried to replace the partner with the child as far as attention and
right.
need and don't leave me alone and like don't live your own life kind of stuff, which could be horrible for
Well,
someone of his age not being able to
and
deal with that. And
and when he was talking to Sonia about it, he
mhm,
said, "I live with my mom. I took care of my dad," which makes me
right,
think maybe the mom kind of dissociated from that, and
could
Cooper had to
be.
step in and take care of
Mhm. Oh, it could be.
everything.
Maybe they did it together.
At
Yeah.
which point he
Mhm.
would feel, but I could see if he was having to take on the full responsibility of the house, of his dad, of his mom, he would feel some resentment. I mean, the guy's probably mid-20s. He wants to go out and have fun,
Mhm.
and he couldn't do that because of the family responsibility. So I kind of get that. Or, you know, when we see his mom at the end, it almost looks like she's in like a breakdown state. And,
Well,
you know,
she
she could
was
have been in that
trapped
the
in a
whole time.
Yeah, but she didn't recognize him, and she was trapped in a cycle of
No.
calling him on the phone, trying to get to
Yeah.
him, and he was standing right in front of her,
Uh
which
huh.
was like his biggest nightmare coming true, that she had Alzheimer's true too. Okay.
Right.
Now we don't know if any of this happened because of course we find out at the end that in 4/10 of a second he was dead because his phone rang because his mom called, and we don't know why his mom was calling him. Okay. Or it could have been anybody. I think this came up in the last time I called. Somebody had brought up that it could not have even been the mom. Maybe it was the police or a neighbor or someone trying to get a hold of him because something happened to his mom, and they were using his mom's number so that he would answer. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
because he seemed to be afraid of whatever was going to happen with his mom. Like, really, like
Right.
he just didn't want to deal with it. He was just avoiding that conversation altogether, for whatever
Yeah.
reason. And if they and I can understand if they had just gone through the whole thing with the dad and like all of that. I get it. We could add so much to it just speculating, and that's all it is, speculating, because of course, just like always, Charlie don't tell us. He leaves us hanging in here and lets us fill it in any way we want to get to the rest of the
He
story,
does.
right? Like, he only tells us what he really
Yeah.
wants us to know. Like, he leads us a little bit by the nose, wherever, and then leaves us there, drops us right in the middle of it. Like, yeah, you deal with that. Take it wherever you want.
Yeah.
Like, it's your brain. It's almost like he's telling me, I've tickled your brain. Now it's your job to go wherever it goes. Like,
Right.
because it's your brain. Yeah, it's your brain. Go.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
also he was a little afraid of developing Alzheimer's himself
Mm-hmm.
because he told Sonia, he said, I want to make as many memories as I can
Mm-hmm.
while I can.
Yeah. And
And
I
he
think that,
understands.
yeah, I think you're right. I think he wanted to focus on it. Like he said, little thing, like those little things he kept saying to Sonia, right? Like the little hints here and there.
Yeah.
Are you're roboting a little? That's why I
Am I?
broke in, because you were making your thing was making a very very hard noise.
Is it
If you're
better?
moving, You do right
I
this
may have been
second.
moving a little bit. I'm trying to be
Well,
very still.
okay, try like they are saying it in the chat, so I know it's coming through on the other side.
Okay.
Hey, welcome, Dot. Oi, oi. Welcome to the rest of you that joined while I was up here. I'm not typing because I'm sparing her ears, because I have the other mic on today. But thank you for joining. Arcanic says, I thought he was avoiding his mom because he didn't want to have to deal with the grief. Plus, he can't find she has Alzheimer's and have to look after her if he doesn't answer the phone. Exactly. He can't be expected to do what he knows he would do because, he's not going to want to not, you know
Right.
um, which is quite. I kind of agree, and I don't agree. If you don't pick up the phone, you don't know, so you don't have to do what you're going to need to do because you know how you're going to answer. You know who you are. You know you're going to go there and take care of your mom, but you just don't want to. So you figure if you just don't answer the phone, you don't have to. But it just doesn't work that way. Aaron
Right.
brings up a really good point. Did you know this, Kim? Because I did, because I've actually taken care of relatives who
Right.
had
It does.
Alzheimer's. And I'm
Yes,
not going to go into that. It is both the most rewarding and the most heartbreaking
it is.
situation I've ever been in my life. I don't regret a second of it. So don't let me give you that impression.
I
I don't.
know.
But was as hard as hell? Absolutely, it was. Did
Yes.
I learn a lot? Absolutely, I did. But I learned things I didn't ever want to know, actually, either. But I learned some good things too. And Aaron brings up a good point that structured gaming actually reduces the likelihood of Alzheimer's, interestingly enough. And that is
It
because of
does.
neurostimulators that get stimulated in a different way when you actually have to, like, when these structured gaming, where you have to create the character, actually live through the character a little bit, kind of like responsible for what the character does in the game. It's not just controlled by the game itself. When you have a little bit of control, it actually activates different parts of your brain that can keep you what they call sharper, younger, more brain exercising, like
Right.
that. But the same thing that can be done by doing puzzles, crosswords, or any kind of thing. The elderly, your parents, don't have to get online and start being VR kings and queens. They do not.
No.
Okay. They can actually stimulate it in other ways with other types of get just a little bit of brain power games every day, stimulating different parts of the brains for different reasons. Another one is reading out loud. When you read out loud, you hear it differently than when you read it to yourself. And if you read
You
out loud or you
do.
have someone read to you, going back and forth with an elderly relative, either reading out loud or having them read to you, can definitely stimulate different parts of their brains and keep them healthier and younger. And I have taught that to my grandchildren, and to read out loud and to let others read out loud to them, and to keep that art alive, because that used to be an art. It used to be something
I
people look
know.
forward to.
I
And
think it's very
I still,
important.
yeah, I still love it. I really do. It was one of the best parts about a recent relationship that we used to love to do that just a little bit every day, just reading a couple chapters of something
Uh-huh.
that we were reading together. But now I talk to the internet instead. There you go. But I don't know. It's just there's so much to this, and it's so simple. This exercise,
Same
this
concept.
whole episode. Yeah.
I know. There was so much put into this as far as like foreshadowing and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Because you know that Cooper met Sonia at the Raven Inn
Mm-hmm.
or the Raven
Oh, you're
Pub.
roboting again, love.
And then
You're roboting. Are you plugged into your phone or your laptop? Check your connection if it's loose.
let me try to be still. Is this
Okay, because
better?
no, no, because it's like you only, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Sandy, I don't know. I like Anne Rice. I loved the actual vampire series. It didn't have to be believable to me. It was fantasy, total, but I loved her use of history behind it and the way she talked about the areas they were and the way she went into like all the the locations, like when she described everywhere they were, when they were in France, when they were in Louisiana, everywhere they were. It was just beautiful the way she wrote, and her descriptive
Is this
language
better?
was something that, no, you sound like you're underwater. What? Try that again. Try again.
Is this better?
Oh, it's
Better?
clearer. There's less robot. Yeah, just turn yourself. Let me turn you up a little bit and see what. Let me
Okay.
do something on my end with that one, because at least you are a little bit better. All right, speak again. Can
Better?
you speak again for that? Yeah. Is she loud
Better?
enough for the?
Okay.
Yeah. Trying. It's low but better. Can you turn yourself up just a little?
If I can.
Okay, that's all right. Thank you. Thanks, chat, for helping us. But what you were talking about, we didn't hear any of it because of the part before. So, if you want to go again with what you were saying before you changed your headphones. Now I don't hear you at all. Are you talking?
Some of the foreshadowing
Oh, there you go.
that we noticed.
Mm-hmm. Some of the foreshadowing that you noticed. Mm. We are having mic difficulties today. You
Like,
you're gone. Like I
I'm still
can't even
having
hear.
problems.
No, now I can hear you. You just said I'm still having problems, but that's all I've heard in the last little bit.
Okay. Is this better?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Okay. Um, Cooper and Sonia met at the Raven Inn,
Oh, the Raven
and
Inn.
the book,
Okay.
yes, and the book that he picks up was Edgar Allan Poe's, and it opened up to the
Mm-hmm.
Raven.
Of course it did. Of course it did. A little
Hmm.
bit nod to one of my favorites. So, oh
I
wow,
know.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they're happy that you're back. There you are. They can hear you. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Actually, oh, for those of you, I do have a library there, and you will find
Yes.
Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven there. I did read it when I was just coming out doing my channel stuff. I do love that. I've read a few Poe pieces there, and not the
And she
naughty
did such a
library, the
great job.
normal one. Don't go to the naughty one first.
The
Give
normal.
Edgar Allan. Go to Edgar Allan first. Yeah, give him a shot before you go over there. There are two
Yes.
libraries. Be careful.
Didn't have fun in the naughty
No, that's
library.
so silly. Like somebody asked me, like that was kind of like a dare, and it was fun. It's funny, but hey, I like the. I must say, I'm more partial to the regular library. And if anybody comes up with anything
Are
they'd
you?
like to see out there on the internet as far as reads, let me know. I love to read out loud. It's like my favorite thing to do. I love Lovecraft. I absolutely do. Breaky and Monkley, but one of my favorite YouTubers, Omegon, with his snarky self, another
Yes.
has done that all. Like he's read them all, and I fall asleep to them, and I love his little tone with it, and I'd hate to redo them, but I've thought about it. I really have thought
Yeah.
about it, because I do love Lovecraft. I actually do, but
Yeah.
we're
Oh my
thinking.
goodness, so good.
Yeah, it really is. I hate to do something
Um,
that someone I admire so much has already done, like because they did it spot on. I could
right.
never do it as well. I
Oh,
could never. Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So that was a good nod to Edgar Allan there from the Raven.
Yes.
That was cool. Hmm.
And did you notice when she was fixing Cooper breakfast, she stabbed the knife in the butter?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
then I think her stabbing him in the back was almost like a friend or someone that you know stabs you in the
Yeah.
back.
Hmm.
because she had picked out that reference from the Odd Jobs app and had
Mm-hmm.
kind of steered him that way. So I
And
think
she
that
did.
maybe
She
he felt
did.
like maybe a little stabbed in the back by that.
I did too because she knew the guy, like she knew them, and
Yes.
she got him. Yeah, she knew everything about them.
Uh-huh.
So like I was like, is she try? Is she like one of the? Is she go a gopher? Like is she trying to
I
get
know.
people involved in this? Like she's somehow connected to getting their next victim. Yes, I said victim. He's dead, isn't he? I
Yes,
could say victim.
he is.
He died. He died in Fortis. I mean, he did have a lot to do with it, but he did. Okay.
He did.
They're responsible in a way. But
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
And let's see.
Oh, that's cool, Monkley. She said it at Innsmouth in Second Life. We do live readings of Lovecraft. That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
That does sound like fun. I'm
Yeah.
no, I'm totally a geek like that. Love that.
I
Well,
you know, I
mm,
am too.
mm. But tell me, Kim, what did you actually besides your fear of fire? You're not allowed to say your fear of spiders, okay? And
Okay.
don't bring the mice into it. But
Okay.
if we have to talk about this episode, what did you take away? What I always ask you, what do you think Charlie was trying to tell us? What did you take away that you thought maybe he was referring to as far as the big picture?
I think again with this one, it's not so much the technology, but it's how we allow ourselves to be manipulated and controlled by the technology
Mm-hmm.
because that's what Cooper was doing.
You know
He
what?
was letting it control him.
Again, spot on. It is our it's like Charlie kept saying, it's up to us to put the boundaries. It's up to us to be in
It
control of the
is.
technology and not let the technology control us. That repeatedly is a message throughout. He has little things that show us what we could do to take control of it. Like in this instance, if he had just called his mother, none of this would have happened.
Right?
So, the moral of the story, if your mother calls,
Call your mom.
call your mom. Call
If
your mom, people.
mom
Yeah.
calls, answer the
Mhm.
phone
Yeah, either answer the phone or at least, get
or
back
call
to her
her
in a
back.
reasonable amount. Call her back in a reasonable amount of time. I mean, we all know how it is, but you know, this is it. Aaron says, oh, again, like this is the same thing too. Along the same line, own your psychological issues or they will own you. This is true. Once they get a
They
chance to
will.
rear their ugly head, they will.
They
And it
will.
will always be at the most inopportune time, like when you least expect it. They say that some of our biggest issues will affect us in ways like when we don't even know. We even think we've solved it and it rears its ugly head. Happens to me all the time. I think I do good, about addressing things and I've dealt with
Right.
it and everything's fine. And then I have a day like I did just recently where it just rears its ugly head and shows me that you got a little bit more work to do. You have some issues here that don't
Yeah.
belong to anybody else but you. You
Right.
need to take care of it. Like you're not looking at things the right way right now. And
Exactly.
and everyone's like that. Like I have no shame in saying it because I know that I am human like every other person here listening, every person out there on YouTube who may come across this little tiny stream about this episode. And we're all the same that way. We all have something going
We
on
do.
somewhere. Yeah. Because that's just human nature. That's
It
definitely
is.
just, well, we are all infallible. Mhm.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's just knowing your
Mhm.
tools to use to get you through
Mhm.
things and
Yep.
communicate if necessary.
Mhm. Oh no, I didn't break you. I don't get mad. I would never get mad over anything like that. I hope you don't think I did. I'm not like that at all. I don't get Twitter mad. Mm-mm. I don't. Twitter is a place for opinions, and everybody's got one. Kind of like
Right.
assholes, and I am a consummate asshole, and I know it, and I own it, and I don't get mad at anybody for having an opinion about anything. I hope they didn't give you too hard a time. I mean, they can all. It's just a discussion. It's no biggie. Well, Aaron's right. The phone is allegorically to help from friends and family. Don't shut them out. Let them help you cope and heal. This is true. And it's
It is.
I've even found it can be a stranger. Sometimes a kind word from a stranger or just anything a stranger says can
Oh,
turn you just one moment the other way
it
and
really does.
change the way you're thinking about something. So I always recommend, and I don't mean to sound preachy, although I do often, bear and all, but it's part of who I am, to share. And I will share this, that never shy away from the conversation. I've never had a bad one, as horrible as they get sometimes. Finding out things I don't want to know, being called, being judged or reminded or whatever. But I've never regretted a single conversation I've ever had. You learn something in every single one.
You
In
really do.
interacting and connecting with other human beings in a conversational manner, like we are today about this. Hopefully, you learned a little bit something too. You either learned you hate the sound of my voice, I cackled like a witch, I laugh too loud, or you like Charlie Brooker, or you don't, or you disagree with something about the actual episode that we're talking about. You learned something. I mean, hopefully it wasn't a waste of time for you, because it certainly isn't ever for I. I don't think so for Kim
Or for
either. Do
me
you?
either.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. No. Mm.
I always learn something from these.
Mm-hmm. And I do, and I say as often I will curse under my breath at Charlie Brooker, but I love Charlie Brooker for one thing. He makes me think,
He
and
does.
he makes me think differently about something, and that and in that is growth, and in that is like intellectual stimulation. In that it makes me want to learn more, do more, find more,
Right.
and. hmm, and I just you want to do better, and I like that about him. Oh, Brock, you
Exactly.
can list it. Break it. I give you good credit if you can listen to my laugh at 2 times the speed and not go insane. You are more of a human being, a stronger human being than I, because I think I sound like a maniacal dolphin. I do. And it makes me insane. Like I think it always reminds me that I'm just on the edge or something, like, and I could go either way. It's not. I know, Aaron. You try to get me to cackle like the really crazy one. I know you do a good job. You do a good job too.
Right.
But
He
this was
does.
pleasant. This was actually pleasant. I'm glad I redid this one. And who knows, I
I'm
might
glad
redo
you did
this one
too.
again. I'll have to admit, I've redone this episode several times. All right. I'm never happy with how we cover playtest.
I
Just letting you
know.
know, Kim. There's always something that gets me about it, and I got to do it again. So you may hear from us again about this. So if
That's
anybody else,
okay.
if anybody else wants to join us to talk about it, let me know, because I'll show you in
We
a couple
might
of
do it
months we'll be
again.
covering it again. Yeah,
We
we
will.
might be doing it again. But in the meantime, we have a couple of really good ones coming up. We've got Crocodile coming up. We've got we got White Christmas coming up.
White
We're
Christmas.
and what I would like to put out there to YouTube, and to those of you that are, the few of you that actually love this stuff and follow us and everything about it. I know it's old. It's been out there a long time, but we want to cover Bandersnatch. And
Yes.
that's going to be difficult. And so we're going to need a little help, like in the form of at least 4 of you besides Kim and I, because we want to do at
Yes.
least 6 versions of it, like 6 different endings or whatever, and have people prepared in the chat with other endings if they'd like to talk about it, and just talk about the
Uh-huh.
whole concept, you know,
Right. Because it is
you
an
know.
interactive episode.
Mm-hmm. It is very interactive, and it's fun, but we do want to cover it because we couldn't end the series without covering it. So that will be
No.
one of the last ones that we do. And then I would like to announce that I am going to work on a series to follow this, to hold space for Charlie. Okay,
Yes.
because as soon as the new episode's coming out, we're going to be on it. We're
Oh, we
going to be
are.
we're going to be doing all
We
kinds of
will
stuff.
be all
Yeah.
over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aaron, that would be great.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to have you, Aaron, and I'm sure everybody else here
Yes.
listening would be happy to have you join us on that. You could add a lot. Well, I also want to get you guys ready for Oh gosh. I have to think of the name of it now because I'm always forgetting the name of this damn show.
Love, Death, and
It's a
Robots.
British, it's very British, but it's very Brookerish. Okay. And it reminds me of a lot. It's hmm, I can think of the first word of it and the last word of it, but the middle word I always forget. It's inside number 9, I think.
Inside
Inside
number
number
nine.
9, or inside something 9, like, and
Inside
that
level
is
nine, number 9, something like
yeah,
that.
something like that. And we're going to be looking into that. I thought of that, or
It's not on Netflix anymore, though.
oh no, they took it off. I'm gonna have
Yes,
to find it.
it's
Yeah,
on
it's
Amazon
inside.
Prime.
Yeah, it's called. Oh, I have that too, so no
I
problem.
think
Well,
it's
in yeah.
under the up level Prime, the
Oh
paid,
no.
like the
Oh
next,
yeah,
like,
I have it all because of
yeah,
Sherlock, because I had to sign
yeah,
in. Like, inside number 9 is correct. Thank you,
yes,
Arcanix. But anyway, for those of you that are interested, when we are finished the Black Mirror series, the old one, in waiting for the new one, we're going to be covering inside number 9. And I think I have a few friends interested in covering with me that you all in the chat may be familiar with and might be surprised to see. But inside number 9 has a lot of fans,
it
has a
does.
lot of has a lot of snarky fans from a lot of places that we've all been hanging out, that I think you guys, I think we're going to have some fun with it, because from what I hear, it's really, really good. And if you like it, it's going to be a lot to talk about it. And so and
It
there's
will
other
be.
things, I do
Yeah.
love. I love Death and Robots. I think
Uh-huh.
our friend Charlie Welsh, one of our mods who's usually here, he actually told us about that, and I've watched a few episodes and I love it. Well, it's
They're
very
great.
short. It's
It
very
is very,
short, and it's
they're
gonna
short
be very
episodes.
hard to cover, because unless I may cover it as short little snippets for you all,
Yeah,
so you keep, just because I do find humor in a lot of the episodes, and I find some type of statement that needs to be made, and
right.
so I'm finding myself writing these outrageously lovely one-liners that nobody gets to hear because I'm not covering it. So I may just have to torture you with 5-minute shorts about it.
That would be
But
fine.
some of you will tolerate it and some of you will send me hate mail, but I assure you I'll read it all. And I'll still do it anyway because I find it funny. You know me, Bear does like what Bear does, but
Right.
Arcanix, that could be one of them, but I didn't
Yes.
say anything. There's nothing firm in the works, so don't be spreading anything around. But I would love to work with them on it, and
Right.
we may or may not be able to work that out. They are a big Black Mirror fan. They are doing an episode in June. I will let you
Yes,
know
they
that.
are.
Yes, they are. Cats will
We're,
be here to do an
we're so
episode.
excited.
Yes, I did hear from them today. They are confirming they would like to do it, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled because damn,
Yeah.
I love their humor. Matter of fact, that's why we moved. I had to go catch his premiere, so I said, "Sorry, Kim, I'm going to be late. Like I got to go watch Cats. It's only good. I got to go watch Cats. Like we're going to go over some religious hobos over there. Like I got to
Um,
do that. Like, yeah,
yeah. And
that was cool. Yeah,
she sends
it was
me the
funny."
message. Sorry for short notice. I'm like, oh, no worries.
Well, because they moved theirs,
Yeah.
on something else that was going on with them, and so it was like a snowball effect. Everybody just
Right.
moved whatever they were doing all the way down the line, because like I'm courteous like that. I like to support the people I really like, and they're I've got more time. It wasn't no big deal. You all still showed up, and people that couldn't can still see us on, the replay should they like.
Exactly.
Yeah, 43 episodes is still showing. We could be
Yes.
together a long time. We could get like an old married couple. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, anybody interested? Because it is a lot. There's 43 episodes. It's a
Yes.
long haul. I'm thinking about making it a little longer, covering 2 episodes. If they run consecutively into each other, we're thinking of covering 2 at a time, but we'll see. But anybody interested, I'm a friendly
You know,
bear.
I'm down for anything
I know you are. I know I can't.
because,
Yeah.
I can't get enough of this stuff. I've
Mm-hmm.
already got a list of other things now
Mm-hmm.
that came up in my list today on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix of coming soon.
Mm-hmm. Arcanix, I hear you. I was late. I would have been late to my own stream because I would have been over there watching that.
What
Kim
happened?
was laughing at me. She's laughing at me. She was, yeah, but we're flexible. And on that note about flexibility, let me just tell you, if there's something you want me to cover, you want me to read, don't be afraid to reach out, people. I am approachable. As much as a hard ass as I am about, how we treat people in general, if you're open and you're coming at me the right way with knowledge or like information or with a suggestion, and you're not trying to well, if you let me put it this way, if you don't have the damn knives out first at the go, like you can bring them out later after we say hello, okay?
Right.
And after we talk a little bit, you can bring the knives out then I'm used to it. Like I've been through that. I'm used to that. Just don't start with them, okay? I'm open. Like I really am. I do answer DMs. You can get a hold of me by Instagram, Twitter, or the email on the back of the channel. And on that, I think I said a lot, right?
You did.
Yeah, I think we did. And I think I did enough of the I do still have some YouTube-y things to do. What do you got?
I do have some trivia for you real quick.
Okay, cool. Go on.
Wyatt Russell, who played Cooper, has famous parents.
He does? Who are they? No, I do not. Who are his famous? Well, I do know his last name in the show is related to another game. Oh, Resident Evil. Because in the end they showed Redfield, and there's the twins, from Resident Evil. Right. I know I got the phone call on that too, and I'm actually failing family right now by not mentioning it till the very end. But there you go. But tell me who his parents are. Tell me.
His last name is Russell.
So is it? Wait a minute. Is he related to Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn?
That's his mom and dad.
Are you kidding? Because his blonde hair no, that's not his mom and dad?
Yes, that is his mom and dad. I'm not kidding.
Oh my God, it really is?
Yeah.
Oh God. See?
And
when you said
his dad, Kurt, was in that movie The Thing with all those little monstrous things.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh no. He's done a lot, yeah. But Kurt Russell's son. So he's Kurt Russell's son. That's cool. That's cool.
Yes.
That's very cool. I did not know that. Oh, is it Arcanics? You don't even have to wiki it, because if Kim says it, I'm sure it's true, because she triple checks everything. She usually has more Easter eggs and more detail about. Matter of fact, the last time I covered this, she was in the chat setting me right about everything, like every other sentence. Like I was pulling up. It was before we were covering it together.
Yeah,
she spammed the hell out of me with facts and trivia. Yeah, she did.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was good. So, but that was good, because that's how we got to know each other, covering like this stuff, like with all you had to say about all of this. That's how you ended up here. It's like
you figured out how obsessive I am about this.
I don't know very many people as obsessed with Charlie Brooker as I am, and I'm open about it. The man's brain, he's very humble, but the way he approaches things, he totally intrigues me with it. It's almost as much as Douglas Adams. Maybe I think I have a thing for quirky, geeky Englishmen. But don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Yeah. It seemed to be some of my favorite artists. Because I do think Douglas Adams was brilliant in what he did. Amazing. So simply
amazing.
Okay. I really would wish if somebody could send me Douglas Adams short stories, I would spend the rest of my life reading them. But I can't. Yeah. Or Charlie Brooker, if he would write short stories. I will just, that's all I would do on YouTube for the rest of my career. I'd never talk to you guys anymore. I'll just be reading stories for the rest of Don't, hate the movie, so creepy with the spider thing. Oh, what? Don't tell Randy you hated the movie? That's okay. We're not going to tell. He might come and read the chat, though, if he watches the video, but I doubt he's got time. He's so busy. He's putting out a lot of content still. And I wish him well. He's doing really well over there. Right. I really do. And I do miss you all in the chat, but I am happy to see some of you here. I really am. Oh, The Thing. Oh, okay. The movie, The Thing. Yeah. It was an older movie. It was. Yeah. Well, would you like to see that remade? I know that's like really off topic, but
that might be a good one to remake.
All right. Number 1 in the chat for yes. Oh, wait, I could actually do it though. I'll do it official. Don't
You
even
got
do
the
that.
poll?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he said, don't tell Ranty that you like quirky Englishmen.
Oh. 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 Okay. Well, I like them for their artistry. Like, not like personally. Believe me, my ex.
Right.
Yeah. No, there's a reason. Ex. Hmm. Okay. So here's yes. So before on your way out, we're going to leave. On your way out, guys, could you actually just give it a vote? I added an option that Kim's going to love. I added one just for you. Okay.
You did?
Yes, I did. Just one there just for you. Also because I needed to edit it for me. Okay. All right. Why won't it go now? What's going on here? Nope. Oh, wait. I had too many characters.
Oh,
There you go.
no.
I overtyped just like I overtalk. Oh my gosh. There you go. All right. Here we go. So vote on your way out, everybody. Did you see? You saw it. I know you just saw it. Okay.
You know I
But,
did.
yeah. But anyway, vote yes, no, or maybe on the way out. And on that, I think I will put on our outro. It does go
Yes.
for a few minutes to give you time to vote. We will see you all next Sunday. For the week, I will have a legal on Monday. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm still working on it. I'm not sure. I got 2 topics. I haven't decided yet which one I'm going to do, but we will be 7 o'clock on Monday, and I am considering moving it forward. I'm going to be putting up a community tab about the times of some of my shows. And so any of you that are members or any of you that are watching, you're subscribed to my channel, please contribute to the voting on that because we want you to be able to see it when you want, if you want to participate in the live chat conversations, which we all love, that do enhance the content, especially when we're talking about legal true crime and things like that. So please take the time to hit the community tab within the next couple of days. And on that, just a reminder that tonight is Sunday. And on Sunday, occasionally, there's a thing that happens towards midnight around here on the YouTube streets. And it's mayhem. We're having mayhem tonight. We shall. Kim will be joining me. So will High Inquisitor, Aaron from EKC, Jared from AT2 Productions, and Mrs. Cassandra as usual. We may even have a couple of other little guests that may or may not approve. We got a couple other people on the side that have thought about jumping up there.
Yep.
And if they do, it'll be lit, especially the one that I have been trying to get up there. Well, there's one that's been there before, and I had so much fun. I've been dying to get them back ever since, and it's been a whole thing. But there's one that since we became friends, I have always wanted to get on Mayhem because they're perfect for it. And so they may or may not appear. We'll see. But either way, if they don't, everybody who's going to be there is lit. It's going to be the regular squad. We're going to have a good time. 3 topics. They'll be listed in the description. So, bring information or not, or be ready for the jokes or not. It should be pretty good. The scientific one is wild this week. Wild. I can't believe it. I can't. Yeah, it is. We're going to go in. On that, it's outro time. What do you think, Kim? Any last words since I talked?
No.
Like too much?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything?
No.
No, okay.
Except this was fun.
Okay, this was fun.
Spiders and all.
Yeah. I know,
but
study, because I could guarantee. I know how I am about this episode. I'm telling you all, I'm going to end up doing this one
again.
We're going to do this again before the series is over. I can just tell because
I know she will.
there's just something about this episode that's bothering me that hasn't come out yet about it.
That's
I don't know.
I may have to have a couple brought back too.
You know we can. I'll be
Yeah.
doing this. I'll be doing this till the cow comes home. If it involves if it involves Charlie, I'm there.
I
I'm
know.
telling
Me
you. You
too.
know I'm a Brooker fan. If it involves Charlie, I'm definitely there, no matter
I
what.
am
But on
too.
that, yep, on that, everybody have a good Sunday afternoon. I'll
Yes.
see you tonight if you can. If you can't, I hope you catch the replay, and I'll see you during the week. It was fun chatting. Have a great Sunday.
Bye, everyone.